Building an aesthetic body can change your life. It changed my belly, my face, and how I look in clothes. And the coolest thing about it is that you don't even need a gym membership. You don't need all that fancy gym bra equipment, and you can build an aesthetic body at home. This video will show you how you can do that, and why 99% of people actually fail when they try. Let's get into it. An aesthetic body, when it comes to upper body, is a V-tapered upper body with wide shoulders, developed chest, developed back, some arms, and some abs. That shoulder-to-waist ratio is critical, so the V-taper is what you should focus on. Then in the lower body, you want round, juicy glutes, the butt, very strong and relatively proportionately developed quads and hamstrings. And that's really what's gonna round out your aesthetic physique. Now let's get into how to build that physique at home when you don't have access to the gym. And the first thing that you need to do is hit the biggest muscles with the biggest exercises. What are the biggest muscles? It's the chest, it's the back, it's the quads, it's the hamstrings, and it's the glutes. These are the muscles you should be focusing on when you train at home. But instead, what is it that most people do? Too much arm training, too much abs training. They think training their arms, just doing all these curls, doing endless crunches and push-ups, is gonna get them to the aesthetic body. It's not gonna do it. You need to be targeting the biggest muscles in your body. So what are the exercises you should be doing? The main thing for your chest is gonna be push-ups, is gonna be dips. Remember those two exercises. They're your bread and butter. If you only did those two and variations of those two, you would be golden. For the back, it's gonna be chin-ups or pull-ups in some form of rows. And the body weight row that we're gonna use is inverted rows, one of the most underrated body weight exercises you could imagine. Now let's get onto the lower body. What is gonna be the way to hit the lower body? Of course you know this already. It's gonna be forms of squats and deadlifts. For a lot of people, just doing these endless body weight squats is not the way to go because you can do like 20 reps, 30 reps, and it just becomes like high-intensity cardio a little bit. And nobody wants to just feel tired. It's boring. Why don't you make the exercise a little bit more challenging by doing it one-leg Bulgarian split squats? Instead of doing normal deadlifts, do single-leg deadlifts. You're starting to challenge your balance. You're engaging your abs and therefore indirectly training your abs instead of doing all these crunches. Plus, it's gonna help your functionality and athleticism because you're working your balance and stability all the time. And you'll be staying in that critical rep range where you build muscle, which is around 4 to 12, maybe even 15 reps. But you're not going too high into plus 15, 20, 25 reps, where you're really just building endurance rather than muscle. Next, most people train in this military mindset of just doing more reps. Oh, I can do 40 push-ups. I can do 60. I can do 80. And you just get into this competition of who can do more push-ups. You get an insane pump out of it. And don't get me wrong, it can feel good, but do you want to do 70 push-ups every day? Is that enjoyable for you? You're just building your muscular endurance more than your strength and your actual muscle growth. What do you do instead? You gotta make it like gym training. So once you can do 12 or 15 reps, instead of just doing more and more, start adding weight to your exercises. Track your progress. Make it serious. This is actually the biggest reason why most people fail, is because they don't take bodyweight training seriously. They either think of it as some makeshift thing, or they think of it as not gonna work. That effective, it's not really like gym training. So they don't actually progressively overload and see their progress and slowly start to get stronger. But if you watch this video right now, and if you take my word of everything that I've told you, and you start doing push-ups, and instead of doing 20, 30 reps, you start doing feet-elevated push-ups, build up to one arm push-up. You start doing dips and chin-ups. And once you can do 8 to 10 reps, you start adding weight to it and you're tracking those workouts, seeing your progress, getting stronger each week. You will transform your body and you will be training smarter than just about anyone that hasn't watched this video that's trying to do bodyweight training, except for the gymnasts and the professionals, obviously. Let's train hard. See you next week.